Listen to this love story until the very end, because every moment matters. The first meeting, the laughter, the heartbreak, and the surprise second chance that changes everything. Chapter 1. The worst first meeting ever. My name is Emma, and if someone asked how my love story began, I would be honest and say it started with lies, coffee stains, and an argument about bookstores. It was a rainy Tuesday in New York City, the kind of gray day when the streets shine like mirrors and everyone moves a little faster. I was late opening my small bookstore, Corner Pages, a cozy place on a quiet street with creaky floors, twinkling string lights, and a cat who acted like he owned the building. I loved my store. It smelled like old paper and new stories. Kids came in after school for comic books, couples whispered over poetry, and lonely people found company in the shelves. It was not just a business to me. It was my heart. That morning, I locked the front door behind me because I had promised my best friend Lily I would go on a blind date. She said I needed to get out more and stop dating fictional men. So I put on my favorite blue dress, tried to control my hair, and went to a cute little cafe a few blocks away. The deal was simple. I would meet a guy named Alex. He worked in business, which meant nothing to me, but Lily said he was nice, funny, and single. I could work with that. I got to the cafe, ordered a large coffee, and sat at a small table by the window. After 10 minutes, a man in a navy suit walked in, shaking off his umbrella. He was tall, with kind eyes and a smile that hit me like a scene from a movie. He scanned the room, locked eyes with me, and walked over. "Emma?" he asked. "Yes," I said, my heart suddenly louder than the rain outside. He sat down, and right away we fell into easy talk. He was charming and quick with jokes. I laughed more in 20 minutes than I had in the last month. "Where do you work?" I asked. He hesitated, then cleared his throat. I work at a small place. You probably haven't heard of it. It's kind of boring. You sound very excited about your career," I teased. He smiled. "I like other things more. Books, for example." I was impressed. "I own a bookstore," I said. "Corner Pages. It's small, but it's my dream." His smile froze for half a second. I noticed, but then someone bumped into our table, and my coffee tilted and spilled forward, right onto his white shirt. "Oh my God, I am so sorry." I grabbed napkins and started dabbing at his chest, then realized where my hands were and pulled back, my face burning. He laughed. "It's okay. Really. It's just coffee. I needed a new shirt anyway." He stood, still laughing. "Let me, go clean this up a little. I'll be right back, okay?" "Okay," I said, relieved he was taking it so well. He walked away toward the bathroom. He never came back. After 30 minutes, the barista gave me that sad, familiar look every single girl knows. I sat there with a cold coffee, staring at the door, feeling smaller by the second. I went back to my bookstore, wiped the rain from the windows, hugged my cat, and told myself I did not care. But of course I did. Being stood up hurts, even when you pretend it does not. Later that afternoon, I heard a rumor from a customer. A huge corporate bookstore chain, Page World, was opening a giant new store only 3 blocks away. It would have a coffee shop, an event space, bright lights, and big discounts. Everyone knew what that meant. It meant my little bookstore was in trouble. The rain outside grew stronger, and I stood behind the counter, watching the street, wondering what kind of person would work for a company that crushed small stores like mine. I was about to find out. Chapter 2. Enemies on Paper. 2 days later, the doorbell to Corner Pages jingled. I looked up and saw him. The man from the cafe. Same kind eyes, same easy smile, different shirt. For a split second, my heart leaped. Then my brain caught up. He had left me sitting alone at that cafe like a complete fool. "Hi," he said a little too brightly. "Wow, this place is amazing." I crossed my arms. "Can I help you?" He looked surprised by my tone, then tried to recover. I'm Alex." I stared. "I know who you are." He flinched a little, then smiled. "Right. So, funny story. The other day at the cafe. You disappeared." I cut in. "That's the story." He ran a hand through his hair. "Yeah, about that. I had an emergency call from work. It was complicated. I meant to come back, but..." "You could have texted," I said. "Or called. Or sent a carrier pigeon. Something." "You're right," he said, and his voice softened. "I messed up. I'm sorry." I wanted to stay angry, but there was something honest in his face that made my anger wobble. "What kind of work emergency?" I asked. His eyes moved to the shelves around us, to the stacks of books and the handwritten staff-picked notes. "I work for Page World," he said quietly. "At the corporate office. The silence between us grew heavy. I stepped back. The giant store moving in down the street, and trying to erase everything I love? That Page World. He nodded, guilt all over his face. I'm in charge of the expansion project in this neighborhood. I actually laughed because it was either laugh or scream. So let me get this straight, I said. You stood me up, and you're also here to destroy my bookstore. He winced. When you say it like that, I sound like a supervillain. If the shoe fits, I said. He looked around again. I swear, Emma, I didn't know this was your store when I met you. If I had known, I don't know what I would have done, but I wouldn't have just walked away and pretended none of it mattered. But you did, I said. Yeah, he said softly. I did. He took a breath. Look, I know you probably hate me right now, and that's fair. But I came here because I couldn't stop thinking about you. And I wanted to see this place with my own eyes. To understand what's at stake. I didn't know what to say. Suddenly my cat jumped up onto the counter and stared at him. Well, I said, Mr. Whiskers doesn't like you. Alex blinked. I thought his name would be something poetic, like Dante or Hemingway. His name is Mr. Whiskers, I said. And he has great judgment. The cat hissed once and jumped back down. Alex sighed. Okay, I deserve that. I'll go. But can I just say one thing? One, I said. He looked right at me. You and this store, you deserve better than what my company is about to do. And if there's any way I can help you, even a little, I want to try. By quitting? I asked. He shook his head. I can't just quit. But maybe I can slow things down. Change a few things. Get you some time. And why would you do that? I asked. He swallowed, then said, because this bookstore feels like home. And because I'd like a second chance to not be the bad guy in your life. I hated that my heart reacted to those words. I hated that I noticed the sincerity in his voice, the way his shoulders dropped in regret. Get out of my store, Alex, I said. He nodded, took a step back, then turned around. But before he reached the door, I added, and don't you dare let them tear my world apart without a fight. He stopped, looked back at me, and said, I won't. Then he left, and for the second time in a week, I watched him walk away and wondered why, of all people in this city, it had to be him. Chapter 3, Coffee, Clarity, and Mixed Signals. You might think that was the end of the story. It was not. Over the next few weeks, strange things started happening. The city sent a notice about street construction right in front of where the new Page World store was supposed to open. A building inspection was delayed. A big shipment of shelves and displays was accidentally rerouted to another state. Lily came into my store one afternoon waving her phone. You are not going to believe this, she said. Your blind date? The one who ditched you? I saw a news article about him. He's some kind of big deal at Page World. I know, I said. She stared. What do you mean, you know? He came here, I said. He apologized. Sort of. Then told me he's leading the project that might shut me down. Lily gasped. That is the most dramatic rom-com plot I have ever heard. What did you do? Did you throw a book at him? Please tell me you threw a book at him. I told him to leave, I said. And Mr. Whiskers hissed at him. That cat is a hero, she said. That night, as I was closing the store, someone knocked on the glass. It was Alex, holding 2 coffees and looking like he had rehearsed something in his head 100 times. I thought you might be working late, he said through the glass. I opened the door just enough to talk. We're closed. This coffee says otherwise, he said, lifting it like it was a peace offering. I sighed, then stepped aside to let him in. The store glowed softly under the warm lights. Outside, the city hummed. 10 minutes, I said. That's all you get. He nodded and handed me the cup with my name written on it. I asked the barista how you take it. She guessed. I took a sip. It was perfect. So, I said, what do you want? To talk, he said. And to be honest this time, we sat on the little bench under the front window. I didn't come back to the cafe that day, he said, because my boss called. He told me the new Page World store would crush the small shops in this area, but that's business and I needed to be focused. When I realized my date owned one of those small shops, I panicked. I told myself it would be easier for both of us if I just walked away. That's not easier, I said quietly. That's just cruel. I know, he said. I told myself it was the professional thing to do. But really, I was just afraid. I watched him. Afraid of what? Of liking you, he said. Of having to choose between my job and something real. The air between us shifted. You don't even know me, I said. I know you turn this little corner of the city into a safe place for people, he said. I know you write funny notes on the shelf labels. I know you keep a jar of free bookmarks for kids who can't afford extras. I know your cat likes the classics section best. He smiled a little shy. I may have been walking by your store more often than I needed to, just to see you through the window. My heart beat a little faster. I've been slowing the Page World project down, he said. Not enough to get caught, just enough to give you time. Time to run events. To get your neighborhood behind you. To show my company you matter. Why? I asked again, more quietly this time. Because I care, he said simply. Because every time I file a report that delays something, I feel a little less like the bad guy. And because I was wrong about what success looks like. We sat there in silence for a moment. I could feel the weight of his confession, the way it tugged at my anger and my hope at the same time. You can't fix everything, I said. You can't promise my store will survive. I know, he said. But I can stand beside you while you fight. Something in my chest softened. Okay, I said. Help me. His face lit up. Really? Yes, I said. But this doesn't mean I forgive you. Not yet. You're still the guy who walked away from our first date and works for the enemy. I'll take not yet, he said. It's better than never. We made a plan. We would host more events. Open mic nights, book clubs, kids reading hours. We would invite local authors, artists, anyone who loved stories. We would make the neighborhood see corner pages not just as a store, but as a part of their lives. As the weeks passed, Alex kept coming back. Sometimes with coffee, sometimes with flyers he designed on his laptop late at night, sometimes just with a listening ear when I was tired and scared. And slowly, the lines between enemy and something else began to blur. Chapter 4. Falling in love by accident. If you spend enough time with someone, you start to see the tiny things that make them who they are. I learned that Alex hummed under his breath when he was nervous. That he always carried a pen behind his ear, even when he wasn't at work. That he loved cheesy mystery novels and cried during animated movies, but tried to hide it. He learned that I organized my books by instinct and emotion, not strict alphabet. That I went quiet when I was thinking deeply about something. That I loved happy endings even when I pretended I didn't care. We put up fairy lights for a Friday poetry night together. He held the ladder steady while I climbed, and when I wobbled, his hands caught my waist without thinking. For a moment we stayed like that, too close, not moving. Careful, he said softly. Someone has to keep an eye on you, I replied, though my breath caught a little. Later that night, after the store emptied and the last poet left, we sat on the floor between the fiction and travel shelves, eating takeout from paper boxes. Do you ever think about doing something else? I asked him. Like what? He said. I don't know. A job that doesn't involve crushing small dreams. He laughed. Everything is more complicated from the inside. But yeah, lately I've been thinking about that a lot. You're good at this, I said, waving my chopsticks around the store. Posting about events, talking to people, coming up with ideas. You could run your own place. With what money? He asked. Big companies pay well, but they also eat your time and your courage. We looked at each other. I knew what he meant. The world always asked for more than it gave back. Do you regret it? I asked. Helping me, I mean. Risking your job. Every day, he said. Then he smiled. And also not at all. Does that make sense? It makes perfect sense, I said. Days turned into weeks. The new Page World store opening kept getting pushed back. Our little bookstore got busier. Neighbors brought friends. Parents brought kids. One night, we had to bring out extra chairs for a local author event, and I caught Alex watching the crowd with a quiet, proud smile. After everyone left, I locked the door and leaned against it, exhausted but happy. We did that, I said. You did that, he said. I just made some flyers and annoyed my boss. I stepped closer without really planning to. He did too. You're more than your job, you know, I said. And you're more than this bookstore, he replied. We were standing so close I could feel his breath. This feels like one of those moments, he said. What moments? I asked. The ones in romantic movies, he said, where the two people try to decide if they're about to ruin everything or make it better. What do you think? I asked. I think we're already in too deep, he whispered. And then he kissed me. It was not a perfect movie kiss. Our noses bumped. I almost stepped on his foot. But it was real and warm and full of all the things we had not said out loud yet. For a minute, the world outside disappeared. There was only the soft rustle of book pages and the thud of my heart. When we pulled back, both of us were breathing hard. That was, he started. Dangerous, I said. Yeah, he agreed. But in a good way. I smiled and rested my forehead against his chest. I knew it would not be easy, We were on opposite sides of a very real problem. But in that moment, with his arms around me and my bookstore glowing softly around us, I let myself believe in us. Because sometimes love shows up right in the middle of the mess, and you just have to reach for it. Chapter 5, Breaking Apart to Come Back Together. Of course, stories like this never stay simple for long. One afternoon, about a month after that first kiss, Alex walked into the store with a serious look on his face. No coffee, no smile. My stomach dropped. "What's wrong?" I asked. "My boss found out," he said. "He knows I've been delaying the project. Someone went through the emails, the reports. He called me into his office this morning." "What did he say?" I whispered. "He said either I stop interfering and get the Page World store open on schedule, or I'm fired." The word fired hung in the air between us. I looked around at my shelves, my windows, my cat sleeping in his basket. Then I looked at Alex. "You can't lose your job because of me," I said. "I already chose you," he said softly. "The day I walked back into this store. The day I started slowing things down. I just didn't know how far it would go. My heart ached. I wanted to say, stay. We'll figure it out. I wanted to say, love is enough. But I also knew what rent costs in this city. I knew what health insurance means. I knew that wanting something does not erase the weight of real life. Maybe it's time," he said, "for me to walk away from Page World. Do you have another job lined up?" I asked. He looked away. "No. Savings?" I asked. "A little," he said. "Not enough to be comfortable for long." "And what if my store still closes?" I asked, my voice breaking. "What if you give up everything and we still lose?" He did not answer. Tears stung my eyes, and I felt something heavy settle in my chest. "I can't let you do that," I said. "I can't be the reason your whole life falls apart." "You're not the reason," he said quickly. "The company is. The system is. I'm just choosing not to be part of it anymore. But you need time to figure things out," I said. "To plan. To breathe." "And what about us?" he asked. I swallowed hard. Maybe we need time too." He stared at me like I had just slapped him. "You're breaking up with me?" he asked. "I'm trying to protect you," I said. "From ending up with nothing." "That's not your choice to make," he said, his voice cracking. "You don't get to decide what I should risk." "I'm not ready," I said, the words tearing at me even as I spoke them. "I'm not ready to watch you lose everything because of me. I'm scared, Alex." He stepped back like the distance might hurt less. "So that's it," he said. "We just stop." The silence that followed was the most painful thing I had ever felt. "I'm sorry," I whispered. He nodded slowly, like it took all his strength just to move. "Me too." He walked out of the store. The bell over the door jingled cheerfully, cruelly. And then he was gone. Days turned into weeks. The notices from the city kept coming. The Page World store construction started up again, louder than ever. A giant blue sign went up on the new building. Grand opening soon. I threw myself into the bookstore, into events, into smiling for customers so they would not see the cracks. At night, I cried on the floor behind the counter while Mr. Whiskers sat quietly beside me. I told myself I did the right thing. That love is not supposed to ask someone to give up everything. That being careful was better than being broken. But every time I walked past the almost finished Page World building, my chest hurt in a way that had nothing to do with money or business. It had to do with a man who had been willing to stand beside me in the fight, and a choice I was no longer sure was brave. Chapter 6, A Risk Worth Taking. The official announcement came on a sunny Monday. Page World grand opening, this Saturday. They put flyers on every lamppost. Ads popped up online. People in the neighborhood talked about discounts and free coffee, and how exciting it was to have something big and new. I stood behind my counter, holding one of the flyers, feeling like the walls around me were closing in. Lily walked in, took one look at me, and ripped the flyer out of my hand. "No," she said. "We are not just standing here watching the ship sink. What do you want me to do?" I asked. "Set the building on fire?" "Too illegal," she said. "But we are going to fight. For real this time. Not just with poetry nights and free bookmarks. You're going to talk to people. All of them. You're going to tell them the truth about what this place means." "I'm not good at speeches," I said. "You're great at honesty," she replied. "That's all you need." We planned a neighborhood appreciation day for Friday, the day before the Page World opening. Free coffee from a local cafe, free cookies from the bakery next door, games for kids, a raffle for book bundles. We spread the word everywhere. On Friday morning, I stepped outside and saw a small crowd already gathering. families, older readers, high school kids who loved manga, the poet who always read last at open mic, the shy woman who only bought romance novels when no one was looking. They were all there. My throat tightened. Lily nudged me. "Say something," she whispered. So I did. I stood on a little wooden stool in front of my store and said, "Thank you for coming." My voice shook, but I kept going. "I know you've all seen the new store going up down the street," I said. "I know it looks shiny and big and exciting. And I'm not here to tell you not to go there. I get it. I really do." Some people nodded. "But I just want you to know what this place is to me. And what you are to me," I continued. "Corner Pages is not just shelves and sales. It's where kids learn to read their first words. It's where some of you met friends. It's where you came when you were lonely or needed a quiet corner to breathe." I paused, swallowed. "I don't know if this store will survive," I said. "Money is real. Big companies are powerful. But you are powerful too. The choices you make matter. Every time you choose to buy a book here, to come to an event here, to tell someone else about this place, you're keeping it alive." I looked at their faces, open and listening. "And no matter what happens," I said, "I want you to know that this has been the greatest honor of my life. To be part of your stories." When I finished, the crowd was quiet for a heartbeat. Then someone started clapping. Then someone else. Soon, the whole crowd was applauding, cheering, whistling. I felt my eyes fill with tears. Behind the crowd, I saw him. Alex. He was standing near the back, no suit, just jeans and a simple shirt, watching me like he had never seen me before. After the crowd spread out for coffee and cookies and games, he walked toward me. "I'm not supposed to be here," he said with a crooked smile. "Page World has a big pre-opening meeting today. What are you doing instead?" I asked. "Quitting," he said. My heart stopped. "You actually did it?" He nodded. "I handed in my resignation this morning. My boss yelled. A lot. But in the end, he let me go." "Alex, your job." "My job was a cage I convinced myself was a safety net," he said. "You were right to be scared. But I had to be the one to choose. And I choose not to work for a company that destroys places like this." I stared at him, my heart pounding. "What will you do now?" I asked. He smiled, a little nervous. "I was hoping to open my own business one day. Something small. Something real. Maybe a space that mixes books with community events, like you do here. Maybe not in this exact neighborhood, so we're not competing." I laughed through my tears. "You want my blessing to open a future rival?" "I want your partnership," he said softly. "In life, if not in business. If you still want me. Even after I messed up. Even after we broke." I looked at him, really looked. At the man who had delayed his company to protect my store. Who had walked away when I asked, even though it hurt him. Who had now given up everything safe to stand on his own 2 feet. I stepped closer. "I thought I was protecting you by letting you go," I said. "But all I did was hurt us both. I forgot that love means trusting the other person to make their own choices." He swallowed. "So, is this you trusting me?" "This is me asking," I said, my voice shaking. "If we can try again. For real this time. No lies. No running." His eyes softened, and for the first time in weeks he smiled that full, open smile I had missed so much. "I'd like that," he said. "Very much." He reached for my hand. I took it. Around us, kids laughed and chased each other between the tables. Neighbors browsed the shelves. The smell of coffee and cookies mixed with the smell of paper and ink. I knew the fight was not over. Page World would open the next day. My store might still face hard times. But standing there with Alex's hand in mine, hearing the soft buzz of the people who had come to support us, I felt something stronger than fear. I felt hope. And in a city that never stops moving, in a world that keeps trying to rush us past what matters, hope and love together felt like the bravest choice of all. If you enjoyed this romantic tale, remember to subscribe to the channel, activate notifications so you do not miss any new stories, give a like to this video, leave a comment sharing your favorite moment, and share this video with your friends so they can enjoy the story too.